Hello, Serge here from the back porch. We have a question here that's a really short one. One line, and it comes to me. It comes from Cajun 021, and Cajun asks, if you tee up the ball for the irons, should you change the position of the ball in the stance? No. If I'm hitting my normal regular shot, I should not change it. Now, let's go back and determine how high should you tee an iron on a par 3. I consider that it should be teed just barely above the tee. If you have a regular tee where you got that little wider part where the ball sits on it, I'd put that down almost to the ground. I think many amateurs tee the ball too high, and then when they start swinging down, they start catching it and hitting it very high up on top of the club face, and the ball goes very short because it's more like just a blue pop-up. And so we have to hit it back where the meat is, which is usually about in a sweet spot, which would be somewhere about the 4th or 5th line on the club, not up near the top. So I think teeing the ball low and teeing it in the same place is the best way to do it. And if I'm trying to hit my normal shot, naturally, if I was trying to hit the ball higher than normal, I would probably not change the tee. I'd just make sure I get a little bit more preloaded heavy right. Maybe put it up just a fraction higher so I can catch the ball a little bit more below its equator on the upswing and get that extra height. But I wouldn't go very, very high. It'd be just marginally higher. If I was trying to hit a low shot, sort of like I'm into a crosswind or a little bit of wind in my face, I'm trying to hit a knockdown, I would very likely take 1 or 2 clubs more, and I would play it in the same spot. When I play my knockdowns, I play them in the same spot. I do not put them back in a stance like most people talk about, because I think putting back hits down on it, and that can have a tendency to trap the ball a little bit. Ball rolls up the face, and you can hit it a little bit too high. I play it in the same place, but what I do is I just cut off my follow through. It's just like if I'm trying to throw a ball here, and I'm just trying to throw it about camera height, I'm going to release it here. I'm not going to try to release it there and swing up like this and get up to a full finish, because very much it's gonna knock it higher than what it needs to be. So I don't change my height, and I don't change my ball position for whatever club I'm hitting. I change my follow through and cut it off when I want to hit a knockdown. So to simply answer the Cajun's question, I tee it up the same height and I keep it in the same place. And the only time I change the height is basically if I want to hit a little bit higher. I might just marginally put it up a little, but not way high. I see a lot of people teed up on par 3s, they're teeing their ball an inch or more high, and I think that's definitely way too high for any iron, and maybe even for if you're especially hitting hybrids or 4 or 5 woods, and even a 3 wood. So height's important, but remember, ultimately in the end, the most important thing, that no matter what height your ball is at, whether it's on the ground to a little up or a lot up, the key to returning the club where it has to go is maintaining your knees. Because if you get into too much knee movement, which starts changing the spine, you're going to be moving all over the place. It's like trying to hit a golf ball standing on a waterbed. Doesn't work very good. So the key, as we know, is wide knee outward pressure. You maintain that, and no matter where you tee the ball up, if you start where the ball was, meaning that if the ball is sitting right here, that's where the club starts. Not up here, not down there. If the ball's up here, you don't start your club down on the ground. You start it where there is. Once you set these angles, you maintain the knees. Centrifugal force will straighten your arms out, and your spine hasn't moved, your knees haven't moved. The club should get back to right where it started and hit the ball solid. Okay, so that's it for the search for today, talking about teeing the ball up, where it's supposed to be played, and how we control that no matter where it is, how we can control our body and our swing to make sure we hit it solid and straight. That's it for today, and I'll be talking to y'all again soon.